Hello, everybody. Andal Star Saber once again, here for another roster review. Today, this is one I've been putting off for a while, partially because the individual in question here is someone very close to me. In fact, I like my bed at night to sleep in, so I've been trying to come up with a way to do this that ensures I could continue to sleep in effectively. I'm looking at Roseflower. She's also my wife. A little bit of background about her. She's been playing this game almost as long as I have. She's been entirely free to play, so her roster may not be as um, fancy as some other teams. It's got some decent galactic power. I mean, she is a person. She's very sweet, but she does suffer a learning disability. So there are some things that are not as apparent to her as they are to everyone else. But as you all know already, she's fun to have around. She's very social. She likes to play this game too, and she likes to help out where she can. So I'm going to try to help her out, try to build her teams better, try to give her some options that will get her a little further in game. Maybe she'll learn a few things that can, a few tricks of the trade that will get her further along in things and make this game a lot more fun for her. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at her and see what we can do for her today. So, one thing I want to mention, and this is not a slight against you, babe, but you let your energy build up too high. You notice right now I have 20 mod energy, 11 cantina energy, 21 campaign energy, and I have 8 ship energy. If it's sitting at 143, you want to get ready to spend it under most circumstances. One exception is if you got the guild energy event coming up where your whole purpose in life is to just to spend a certain type of energy. If you're in the period like an hour before, or at least you want to keep it up in the higher rankings so you can start out the gate and spend a lot of either dark side or light side energy. But that's the exception, not the rule. Pretty much if you start to see stuff at 20, start to look at getting some stuff here. Using your resources is huge, as far as just getting you a lot of the things here. If you let all of your energy spill over, you're going to be sitting there with all this energy going to waste because it can't build anymore, quite frankly. Also, use your resources. Be cognizant of where your cantina credits are. So I have 38. I can't purchase anything, but it shouldn't be getting any higher than 400. If it gets higher than 400, you want to go ahead and buy something. Same thing with your credits and your um, ship credits. Check out the store. See if there's anything. See if there's anything. If you have a lot of crystals, see if there's anything you can do that will help build your teams up. You can also check the weekly cantina store or a weekly shipment store for the same type of stuff. Um, Check your guild store. You shouldn't have your guild store building much higher than 1,000. Usually that'll be where you need to be after a raid, and then you go and spend it again. Arena credits. Keep using your resources. If you're not using your resources, you're not maximizing the capability of your teams. Don't make it your sole purpose in life to spend yourself dry, but make sure you're not missing out on the opportunities to get some of the things you need, because that will be a key to your growth and development there. So those are some pieces of advice I have for you, because I know I've logged onto your account specifically. I know you let a lot of these resources build up to very high levels, and they're not really doing much for you there. And since you're sitting there, I mean, right now, you can see I'm still in the top 20 of Arena, and you are, I believe, back in the 500 range. Not horrible, but you can do better. You've been in this game a long time. We just need to help you develop some tools now. We developed your Phoenix team quite a bit. You've got one of the most powerful Phoenix teams out there right now. They're not all gold, but they've all got Zetas. You really don't need to do much else with them. Go ahead and pull them off your favorites list. Maybe give Kanan that Gear 12 if you like. But it's time to focus on other things, and you've been doing that to an extent. I know you've been building your Imperial Troopers, and that's a good versatile team that will do essentially the same thing for you in dark side territory battles as your Phoenix does in your light side. You got your Colonel Stark Zeta, you got your General Veer Zeta. Keep working that range trooper, getting some shards to him. He can be a very key asset there, and build up your troopers team as you have. Maybe start looking at your Empire in general and your Sith, because you do also have your Emperor Palpatine built up pretty well, and your Darth Vader. Gear them up, gear 12, they're very valuable. Grand Admiral Thrawn, he should be getting both the Zetas. He's one that you really need to build up and be able to utilize. I would say you're in the near term. Right now, you have the leader ability on Emperor Palpatine. It could be that your key to success now might be Emperor Palpatine, Vader, Thrawn. We'll see if you have any Sith before I make a final call. You can level up Nihilus, because he's very important to you. Yeah, bring him up to 85. Bring your Scion up to 85 and gear him. Start that team going. See where it gets you. Do your Emperor Palpatine, Vader, Thrawn, Darth Nihilus, Scion. Get them some good mods. The good mods for this means Vader. You need a lot of potency. You need a lot of speed. Because you want him to go first. His ability, No Escape, will help get there. And that'll keep him healthy as well, since you got the Zeta on that. That's something I don't have. That's actually something that I'm a little impressed there. But and that's fine. And now that you have it, it's not like you're going to get rid of it. But that gives you Vader a chance, especially when against Jedi or Rebel teams, a chance to go first. Keep working on your Bastila Fallen. You got her at 85. Start to gear her up and start to bring up her gear score as well. That'll buy you a lot. I bet you can get into the top 200s just building this team that I'm putting in front of you. But you're going to have to gear it. You're going to need all these characters to gear 12. Nihilus, you're going to need to build him up. But his Annihilate, that is a game changer. That'll win the game for you. Do not bother with the leadership ability getting up to 7 stars. He is not a good leader. But Lord of Hunger, that's a Zeta. You may find value in building that, because working with Triumvirate, because the other thing here, we're going to be working on your Treya. So your Sith may be your future victories in the making. You just have to keep building this team. I would say make this one of your priorities now. Your troopers are in pretty solid standing. Maybe it's time to start working your Sith and see what that can buy you there. Now, some other things that are coming out here, Separatist. You've got some decent Separatists here. You have Grievous. You don't have them at 7 stars yet. That's something you can keep on working. Shard farming, that's probably a good move for you, because you actually put some time into some of your Geonosians. Maybe that's a viable approach for you. The key is to keep it focused. I would start with Sith, because I think that will buy you the most near-term results. Once you get your Sith moving in the right direction and get them in the 7-star gear 12 range with some really good mods, you can start looking at this, and then you can start to branch out into some other things. But looking back at the mod setup here, now your current mods are set up on your Phoenix. This is I'm guessing Hera's probably your best set of mods. I know I stepped in and helped every now and then, but unfortunately I don't think I did with this one, because you don't have a lot of speed here. So you need to watch this video talking about modding and how to mod properly. Having the speed set bonus doesn't really get that much for you if you don't put other attributes here. And what you're looking for most specifically is your secondary statistics. You do not have much at all, if anything at all, going into your speed. You need more speed on your mods. Simple as that. Ezra Bridger. Let's see how he's doing. Not a lot. You got a little bit here. And I'll see if I can show you an example real quickly. Now I think it's all coming from your arrow. You need to get that speed on your secondaries. Okay, got a little there. You need to make that 10 plus. If you have a 10 plus mod, that's keeper. If it's 4 plus, it's time to get away from these low speed mods. Get into things like crit damage and crit chance if you're using it for Ezra. Now that can be applied to other sets. You can save sets and you can make your team that way. Kanan, you probably put a lot of health here. That's good. You need to get more. Speed isn't as big a deal for him, but you want him to be beefy, and you want to have a beefy set for your tanks anyway. Sabine here, you don't have a mod. That's a problem. You want to go in there. You want to, if it's on basic, you'll need to switch to advanced and put a mod on there. If you're using a modless character in your arena, that's holding you back big time. She's actually got some decent speed though, so you're gonna want to make sure you get that. Mods. Your mods will win the day for you, or they will make you very frustrated because you don't have very good ones. In your case, you're probably getting very frustrated because a lot of teams you face against have good ones and they're running circles around you. Definitely work on modding your teams. I think that's going to be your nearest. And what you're going to want to do is, if you're shifting your focus to Sith and Vader, like I mentioned, make Palpatine high potency, high speed. You don't have any speed. You don't have a lot of potency. Make that your priority. Look if you have potency in your mod sets. You're going to have to go through, get rid of these 1-dot mods. They're not doing anything for you. Switch it to 5-dot mods. You're going to have to switch to advanced for a while. I know you use basic because I know you're very novice as far as modding is concerned. You want to make sure you get the fastest, most potent mods. I think for Palpatine's going to be your biggest bang for your buck, because your shock that you get from lightning strikes, that can be huge difference maker with Palpatine. With your Nihilus, your Scion, get them healthy, get them fast, get everybody fast, make them fast, speed. Now. That's your key to success as far as building your arena team goes for the near term, because you've got right now you're the slowest mod sets out of anybody I've done a roster review over, and that's just where you're hurting the most. To be candid here, Thrawn, make them fast. You need to be fast. Speed. Now. That's gonna be your modding motto, and much like mentioned before, go in every day. First of all, take a look at your mod inventory you have. That's going to be key here. I have a lot of mods I don't use or I haven't used yet. I don't have a big credit pool right now. But if your credit pool's decent, take a look at your low ones. Take a look at the stats on them. Okay, that one's got some speed on it. Okay, maybe we should upgrade and see if we get something better. Take it up to 12. Not too expensive that way. Okay, it's got 9 speed. Not great. Probably throw that one away. But that'll happen. It's a bit of a gamble. It's a little bit of rolling the dice. You can't guarantee you're going to get the fast mods, but it's just keeping after them and finding the ones you need. That's how you win. That's how you get the mods to work for you. You need to have those mods working for you, or you're going to be struggling throughout the game, struggling throughout the raids. It's not going to accomplish as much as you have the potential to. So get those mods up. Here you got your Houndstooth working. That's good. Your Phantom 2 working. Get that last reinforcement ability. Get the Covert Strike up to the 3rd ability. That can be a big deal changer for you. Keep working your IG 2000, your Xanadu Blood. I know you're probably not real close to Money and Falcon, but that's definitely a goal worth having eventually. I know you built a lot in your Geonosians here. It's a good team for now, but it won't get you to your maximum potential. You get all your capital ships at 85. I believe I was part of that, because I know every once in a while I log into your game when you let your resources build too much and try to spend some intelligently, but you need to learn to spend them yourself. I can't always log in and play the game for you. You got to do the things that'll get you there. And I say this all with love and criticism, but these are the things. If you want to do well, that's how you're going to be the most helpful. Is just keep working those things, um, and keep it small. I would say focus on your Sith for the moment. Get them built up. You got your Imperial troopers well. You can still kind of do fine tweaks to your Phoenix team and your troopers, but I think it's time to move on. And I'd say Sith is your best bet for the near term based on the roster you have. Keep working them. Keep working your Thrawn. Um, those are the types of things that, when it comes down to it, they will get you further and they will give you more versatility. You'll be able to make intelligent decisions about if one team doesn't work, you'll be able to bring in another. And if that team doesn't work, you'll bring in another. The more versatility you have, the more options you have. If you took the time to sit through the 30-minute offensive I did in Territory Wars, you saw I brought a lot of the teams to the field. And the funny thing is, I hadn't even used them all yet. By the time I'm doing this video, I've literally used every single team in my roster, and I went from a score somewhere in the 300s to over 600. So, and you can see Earl Spengali's chasing me. That's because he's a lot more efficient at this than I am. He was able to do well, and we're doing well as a guild too. We've cleared the back row. We just have the top row. I might get some more chances if we can get into the ship territories. We can take on some more. And right now, this is looking like a pretty good blowout. So good job to all Dark Phoenix Rising for helping us get there. But that's really all I have for you. Focus those mods. Those mods will buy you a lot. Spend your resources. I cannot beat my foot enough. Spend your resources if you have them. Not to the point where you're always broke, but don't let it build so high that you missed dozens of opportunities to get some good stuff. Always be shopping. It's funny that I'm talking to my wife and telling this is counterintuitive for any married man to tell his wife always be shopping, but in this case, that's exactly what you want to do. Always be shopping for those gear items that'll get you better, because that's building your team. If it's little cheap stuff you can buy with credits and you got a big credit pool, go ahead and buy that too. If it's not I got 7,000 of these things, no point in buying any more. But if you see like little, like the Signor Hollow projectors, that's something I use pretty frequently. I went ahead and bought that. Go to your weekly shipments. Anything you buy for credits here, typically you want to buy because that's usually something that's valuable, usually costs about 1 million credits. Just keep on getting that stuff, building your roster, building your fleet. These are the things that will get you there. You need to have the roster diversity. You need to build your teams. Go into your squads menu and select teams that you have. All you do is you can create a tab for it. I'm just going to go ahead and name one Rose on mine. And you can go ahead and you can bring in your Phoenix team. So we can bring that in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 maybe, or whatever you wanted to use at the moment. Then you go ahead and you find one for your Imperial troopers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is for instance. And then you add one for your Sith / Empire. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you have all these teams as a reference. So these are just ways you can help build yourself, make it better, make yourself ready for any contingency that's out there. These are tools to make you better. You can do the same with mod sets. You notice when I build all my characters, I have dozens upon dozens of mod loadouts that I use for different situations. If you like a mod loadout you have, you just go ahead and hit this one on the far right, create loadout from the character you're on, and you hit back. it'll automatically have it there for you. I'm going to delete that because I actually have it designated somewhere else. But build your mod sets, add tabs, organize, organize, organize. I know you have the time to do it. Just it's taking the time to do it, and that will that'll help you get organized and get planned for anything that the game has to throw at you. That's all I have for you. I love you, dear. I say every criticism I have is because I want you to be successful. So do what you can. If you lose track, ask questions, but follow the advice of this video, and you'll have a chance to succeed. All right, this is Star Saber signing out.